Hello, this is Cam from the Brothers Slim. This is, if you're joining for the very first time, a People of the Lantern campaign. My very first time playing the game. And everything's being flavored with a little bit of Cosmere, Stormlight Archive, Brandon Sanderson goodness. Right now, that's just manifested in names, the settlement of lasting integrity, and all of the survivors. We'll see if it manifests into other stuff too, because I do want to create some form of emerging narrative beyond the scope of what's already kind of the campaign itself. But we'll get there. The game's still quite young, and I'm still learning a lot of rules and such too. So, yeah, a little bit of off-camera fun shenanigans that happened last session. We grew the populace of lasting integrity and had twins, which is really exciting. So we named them Jasna and Wit to replace dear Safandrius, who died horribly by murder last time, which was not a good time, to put it lightly. So, my better judgment prevailed with the assistance of dearest Arluza, and we are facing off against the White Lion once more before the Butcher comes and wrecks town next time. Following that, we're going to dive into the Screaming Antelope to try something new. I'm really curious to see how it interplays and is different from the prologue very first monster. Before we get started, though, I did paint up some new Survivor miniatures, so let's get into a quick little showcase of them. I gotta say, the Survivor minis and how convertible they are is really cool, but they're kind of finicky, to put it lightly. Alright, let's get that in focus there. So this is Alucard with his bone axe. I did try and future-proof them future-proof them a little bit. So there's a little bit of white line gear on him too, just so he stays relevant, and then hoping to put a shield on him once I unlock shields, whenever and wherever they are. Next we have his sweet wifeykins, Aesudam. Once again, this one more future-proof because I don't really have any white line gear, or very much at all, except for the catgut bow and the claw arrow. Can't remember the full name, but so tried to model as if she's pulling out the arrow off her back, and a quiver adjacent with the bow in hand there too. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then next up, young Jasna. And so just kind of minstrel vibe, went with a full-on armored kits because she doesn't really have anything, and just figured it kind of suited with the harp that she's got there too. So nice and simple, backliner for sure. And last but certainly not least, we have Arluzadin the Second. Long may he reign after expiring last time. He was kitted out basically exactly as seen. The plan for him is going to be a, what's it called? Piston Tooth kind of combatant, but he doesn't have any strength right now, and he's also too young to gain a weapon of proficiency, so he's going to be Piston Tooth, just not for today. He's got a skull helm, a white lion cloaky cloak, and a bone dagger in hand there too. I kind of want to try and mismatch with some of the unarmored vibe for the bottom, and I don't know, kind of thought mostly bare-chested cloak dude with a robe with a bathrobe was kind of cool. I think it kind of works, but also kind of gimmicky too, but whatever. Woo! Looking good indeed. Talk about timing. Yeah, it was definitely fun putting together these guys and painting them. Fiddliness aside for sure, but yeah, super cool. And then if anyone hasn't seen, this is the Midnight Lion miniature as well, with a bit of a repose. I'll be the first to say the repose job is not fantastic, but it was quick, dirty, and easy, and so I'm happy with it. Yes. Okay. Oh, interesting. Thank you for letting me know, good sir. Let's just move this mic over in that case then. How about now? Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Am I coming through any better now? I shall keep talking about survivors and their gear. Check is clear. Perfect. Thank you so much. I had the mic not facing towards me. Perfect. Well, let's see what else. I guess quickly, let's look at their gear, because I had a lot of fun doing some crafting and such. Or at least I don't know if... I think I might have told you it over a different chat, actually, but I got twins, which was really exciting. So, in the order of appearance of who we saw, we've got Alucard, kind of being our thick, tanky boy at the moment, with a full set of rawhide, which is pretty cool. I think I need to take that card out so I remember what it all does. But yeah, that's pretty cool with bone axe and stuff. Then we have our Lucidin, soon to be Fist and Tooth, but currently with the Lion Beast Guitar, just because without the extra strength, then no proficiency to speak of. Figured given the better weapon for the moment. And then we have Jasna. Burly Bare Bones kit, just the darts and the Whisker Harp. Harp seems really cool. I was reading online that there's a story event that is really bad for people with instruments, so hopefully we don't get that. And then last but not least, Isudan, who is here with her catgut bow, lucky charm, clawhead arrow, and she is good to go. I realized she does have I think a disorder or something going on where after she fights, she has to abscond from hunting the next time, so she's not the best person to have fully kitted out, but we'll switch her gear in and out with other people as it comes. But yes, let us begin this hunt and see what happens. I'll put up that there for now. And let's start with Amakar being nominated for this hunt event. Sea of Golden Grass. Fields of golden grass lay ahead. The event revealer may choose to avoid the plains and roll twice on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. Otherwise, each survivor gains 1 courage, and the event revealer rolls on this table. Courage sounds good to me. Let's roll on this table! And I forgot to grab dice once again. And there we go. Ready. How has your week been, by the way, there, Erluza? That can't be good. Where we're stalking in the grass. The showdown begins immediately. Monster ambushes the survivors. Well, hey, that's a quick hunt. Cool. Well, just gonna get the courage up first, and then we'll lead into that. Okay, well, Huntykins Vigo. Thanks, man. Yeah, I was kind of worried about the paint job, just like I was obviously trying to do the armor like kind of how I painted the lion, and I was worried it was too light. So I think the dark base kind of pulled it together, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, pretty stoked on him. And so obviously he shall be upgraded throughout the campaign. And yeah, it'll be a good time, that's for sure. Thanks, Ben. Thank you very much. I feel like there was a time where I was a try-hard painter, and those days are long behind me just because I'm a really slow painter. And so now try and just be like, I don't know, I like painting, it's fun, but I try and do it just like quick and efficient. But yeah, those ones I just kind of like just went by gut feeling, and yeah, I was worried it wasn't going to work, but I think it turned out, so stoked on that. Thank you. Okay, so we got a couple things in play here. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like I feel like it's going to be more useful later on than it is now, realistically. But just reducing damage. But it does seem really interesting, so I'm stoked on it too. And just having the dude topless, pecs being fondled, and wearing a cloak is pretty sweet too. There we go. Hunt board away. There we go. Okay, so we got some interesting terrain in play. A couple firsts for moi. We have the dead monster, which is pretty cool, and kind of some interesting play with the ambush. So ambush meaning the monster would usually get to go first. However, survivors may go first. So my gut feeling here is just to play it as the monster goes first, and then we go kind of as normal. And we do also get to be placed anywhere we want to on the board, which is pretty cool. We got that, and then from our Lucidin II being a tactician, we were able to place down either a pillar or a giant stone face. Decided to put a stone face because the 2 range people can hop up on top and get some snipey action going on. Pretty cool. Then otherwise, Survivor Corpse, which I'm kind of banking on. Come on. Is that in focus? Looks like you're in focus enough. Kind of banking on this for Isudan, because she's got a disorder where she can only spend survival if she's insane. So She's currently got 0 insanity. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get her to 3. And lastly, tall grass, the white lion special being +2 evasion if you're in the grass. Pretty sweet. Good question. Correct answer by now. Yeah, my thought there too. And like, once again, gut feeling. I don't know the official ruling, but it makes sense that the hunt card is going to supersede the terrain, and then the terrain I think just ends up evening it out, so it's not like a brutal ambush and more so just kind of like a normal encounter. I'll put these just off to the side so I can access them and easily recall what they are. Yeah, rule of death being monster's favor, if I recall correctly. Okay, so my folks can go anywhere they want because of the monster corpse, which is pretty cool. In which case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's perfect. So we'll have her there so that she can get to that corpse next turn and interact with it. Let's have our Lucidin here. Our boy Elakar there, and Jasna in the back. So we got everybody in the tall grass for some extra evasion. Just want to check one thing with Yasuda. Let's see. Yes, she's got 2 disorders. Prey, you may not spend survival unless you're insane. Straggler, we don't need to worry about that. That's nice. Now, was there something else I was curious about too? Oh, I think it was the terrain card actually. Move on to with a action. Cool. Very, very cool. Well, let's go ahead and see what this white lion boy is going to do to us this time. Both fights have been pretty interesting. I think the first fight against him I had since the prologue, I got off lucky just because I didn't draw any of the advanced cards. Second one, I think, and as I believe you said, it was more like indicative of what a fight should be like with swingy both way. So we'll see how this one goes. And with his first turn being a Vicious Claw. Basic card, pick target, random survivor in range, no target, sniff. Okay, well, let us go with just a random roll. 1 more dice for this. And we're going to go front to back here. So, lowest one is going to get it. Oh, bugger. That will be Yajna or Jasna, depending on if you read the books or listen to the audiobooks. Okay. Yeah, definitely going to loot the dead monster. Super cool. Okay, so it's going to move, and it can move. How many spaces does it go? 6, if I recall. Yeah, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3. I guess it could just displace. Would it displace? 4, 5. Yeah, I think it would, because otherwise it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess it could go that way too. We'll just do says that it does that. Okay, so then Attackykins, 2 dice, looking to hit on a 4 plus because of the evasion. That is going to be 2 hits. Alrighty, and let us see where Jasmine's getting it. The body and the hand. So she's got very little armor, that's just the way it is. One day it won't be the same. So she takes a bleed token, and she takes a hit to the body and the arm. So the 2 light wounds. There we go. And that is that one done with the bleed token acquired as well. So, with this in mind, let us see. Oh, do I actually? I guess so. I just had the thought with the placement of this stone is I want Asudon up here to benefit from the range stuff, but she's already got the best range weapon anyway, so she can't make it up there because of having to use both her action and movements to use the bow. Not the end of the world, I guess. Using survival should be more important, hopefully. So let's go ahead and start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's roll on the survivor corpse table here. Scavenging is an action. Woo! Getting 7, so we gained 3 insanity and a skull basic resource. Fantastic. Gonna get that skull right now so I don't forget. Oh, these cards. Their finish is so nice, but I really struggle with the shifting of them. My turn, Monster Bergen, skull, where you at? There we go, skull. So put that just off to the side over there. Ooh! When you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains +1 insanity. Indeed! I totally would have missed that. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, that's freaking sweet. So, she gets... you know what? Let's give her the 3 for sure. 1, 2, 3. Survivor of your choice gains +1 insanity. So she needs 3 insanity to be able to use survival. Let's just take a peek at the other folks quick here, too. So that's Aesudon at 3. Reluzidin has 0. I don't want to protect that buddy's brain. Alucard has 7. And Jasna probably has, oh wow, 3. I don't know why, but interesting. Oh, did I put it on the wrong person? That's why I put it on the wrong person. Oopsies. Why isn't that? Okay, there we go. And then back to way. Oh, what's this? I don't know. So, there we go. I had something toggled saying that couldn't get any insanity, but I don't see any reason why that would be the case. So I think I'm just going to toggle that off. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave Aesudon to 3, and I'm going to give our Reluzidin the 1 from the skull. There we go. Cool. That is fun. All right, and archive this terrain. So that is gone. We'll put that off to the side. Sweet. So that is her turn done. Very, very nice. And let's see. I think. What about? So she has Whisker Harp and Bone Darts. I think she's going to go and try and get on that terrain right now. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then use her action to pop up here. 4, and then 5. Just to be a little bit more central. And then that is her entire turn. Bringing us to the boys. Let's go ahead and start with Alucard. Yeah, let's start with Alucard. He's going to turn around, stay in the spot, so he's got a little bit better chance of negating damage. And let's see what that axe do. Okay, so 2 dice. Looking for 6+. Does he have any extra strength? He does. Cool. Alrighty, so that is going to be 1 hit. And we have connected with Beast's Scapular Deltoid. So failure response. That is fun. Okay. So let's see if we're able to connect. So we're going to add, I believe, 3 to this, if I recall correctly. Check the label card. Is that a little bit more handy spot to be? Let's see, Bone Axe. Yes, so adding 3 to this results. In fact, 4 because of the +1 strength. All right, that shall connect. Very, very nice. So we take out one of those AI cards, adding the first one to the wound stack, and don't need to worry about the response because that is a fail response. Bringing us to our Lose It In. So, with our Lose It In, he's going to be using the Qatar for this one. Do we want to get him into the other spot? You know what? I think we do for that +1 hit. So let's have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's not going to be able to. He's just going to stay where he is. He's here, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he's just going to come up here and keep with the evasion. So Lion Beast Qatar, 2 dice, deadly, meaning +1 luck with the weapon, and I think he's got some other goodies we should consider. First 2, let us see. Strategist, we're good there. Tinker, we're not worrying about now. I think those are the only things we need to worry about for him. So, yep, nice and straight up here. So 2 dice, 7+ to hits. 9-9. The captain would be proud. Good old Raymond Holt. All right, let's see what we connect with. Oh, joy. Trap, reshuffle hit location deck. The attacker is caught in the white lion's ruse and is savagely mauled. Attacker is doomed, so we can't play any survival here. Perform basic action, target the attacker. Basic action being a 2 speed, 2+ accuracy, +1 or 1 damage. He doesn't need to move, and the accuracy is going to actually be 4 because of the tall grass, so that's nice. So he's hitting or Lose It In on a 2+. Well, that is 1 hit on a lantern. Yeah, I know it. It's either it's in the top 4 or it's when I've got like a really good run of hits going or something. There was at one time where I totally forgot the trap card is even something that exists, and it was the second to last card, which is kind of funny too. But trap party, ain't nothing like it. Okay, so our Lose It In does get hit once. Let's see where it be. The noggin. Good thing we got 3 head armor with that skull helm, which is nice. Hopefully we don't break it on the first go out, but that's what it's here for at the end of the day, I suppose. Okay, so, and that should be the end of that turn. Indeed. So that brings us back to, that's just going to go back to its turn because everyone else has already acted. In which case, let us see what this lion do. Oh, I'm just going to shuffle up the cards first before I forget. I'm curious and kind of terrified to see what the other trap location cards are for stuff that isn't just kind of like the prologue, here's the easy mode fight, but obviously the white line will get harder with higher levels and other cards and stuff. But the trap seems very gentle, and my assumption is other ones will not be. Okay, there we go. And what this lion do? This lion doing combo clomb. Closest threat facing in range. Let's just go ahead and pick Elokar. Move and attack, 2 speed. It's going to be hitting on a 6+ because of the location. So 2 dice. 6+. Going to be 1 hit, and that hit is going to connect with Elokar's noggin. Okay, back to Elokar. There we go. Head armor is reduced to 0. And we're making our way. I think this turn will hopefully be the one that we can do some big stuff. Let's see. This attack deals, if this attack deals more than once, damage more than once, draw another AI card. Nice, so we don't need to worry about that. That is good. That is good. In which case, it's our turn. Let's see here. Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of tempted to just move her. She's not going to be able to loot here because being on the diagonal is not adjacent, but I'm kind of tempted just to get her within range too and just not have her attack this turn. Let's go ahead and do that. But she doesn't need to move now. You know what? Let's go with the other folks first, and then we'll see what she does after. So to start, let's go ahead and use the bone darts. with... Actually, no. We're going to do the melee folks first, and then the range folks can go after, because I think they'll have more of an opportunity to hit. Let's start with our lose it in. Just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting into that sweet blind spot for that +1 to hit. And with the bone darts, slash not bone darts at all, but the lion beast Qatar. 2 dice on 6 pluses. That's going to be 1. We shall take it. Hit location being Beast Heel. You clip the tensed muscles of the heel. Alrighty, let us see what we do here. So adding 3 to the roll, and we got +1 luck, so critting on a 9. Don't need it, we crit, fantastic. What happens? Your precise attack ruins the monster's straining tendon. The white lion is knocked down. We know he shall get up again. Ain't no survivor's gonna keep him down, but that's something. Persistent injury, ruptured tendon. When the white lion starts its movement, roll a d10. On a result of a 1, the lion is knocked down. Awesome. We've had this one come up before, and it actually came into play a couple times, which is pretty sweet. Okay, well, that is super cool. So we'll remove another AI card. Into the wound stack you go. Okay, well, that is super ocho. Awesome. Let's go ahead with the next meaty fellow here. If I recall correctly, knockdown means they hit on a 3+, if I remember correctly. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. Perfect. Yay, learning. All right, so bone axe. What did axe do? 2 dice. 4 pluses or 3 pluses? I think 3 pluses. I know I literally just said it, but it's gone. Okay, here we go. I don't think there's any accuracy or anything on our fire. No, just the strength. So we get the 1 hit. And what do we connect with? The fuzzy groin. Please no critting the groin this time. That was not a good time. Okay. Well, so we got +1 strength, so we're adding 4 to this roll. Nice. We hit and we don't crit. You know what? I am happy with that. Excuse me. So we'll remove another card. Doing good, doing good. Nice. We like that. We like that a lot. Bringing us to... You know what? I'm kind of tempted to actually shoot with both people, just because the lion's knocked down, and just to take full advantage of that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead with... bone darts or arrow. Oh, you know what? I think this might be a great opportunity to go ahead and use the clawhead arrow. Because it's only a once in a counter thing, and having the additional to hits is going to be nice. So that's might be super out of it, but let's do that. All right, so AC down with the clawhead arrow. So 1 dice is going to be hitting on a 4+. Was it 4 or 3? I know I said it right, and then it just entirely left my head. Oh, fantastic. Thanks, man. Okay, well, that is perfect. So, clawhead arrow. If you hit, the monster gains a -1 evasion token. Use once per showdown, which is fantastic. I'm going to grab the token form here so I don't forget. Accuracy. Going through every single one. There we go. -1 evasion. Yeah, super cool. So +1 to hit for all survivors. For the rest, yeah, that's really sweet. I was meaning to use it, like my game plan before the fight started was, oh, make sure to use that right away, and then totally forgot. But that worked out perfect with having the hit him while he's down. Let's see what she connects with. Yeah, cool. For one time, it kind of reminds you of like, I'm a charging my laser beam, and if it hits, it does fantastic things, and if not, that's all she wrote. Okay, so arrow connects with a strange hand. There is a fail response, and whatever, it's the only card that we got. Let us see if we're able to hit. Does have +1 strength. No, that's the wrong survivor. Strength on this is 6. Well, here's hoping we don't need any other strength than that. Yep, don't need to worry about strength. We definitely connect. Boom! Another card enters the wound stack. Fantastico. Cool. One curiosity. Slow. Do you know offhand? I think she's probably just going to stay there if not. The difference between cumbersome and slow. Does slow do the same thing as cumbersome, or does that keyword do something different? It's the first time I've actually used the arrow. In the meantime, I'll go ahead with the bone dart lady. Mostly just thinking, can she still move, or is she stuck where she is from firing? Okay, bone darts. 1 dice, hitting on a 3+ because he's knocked down. Speed is 1, even if you have speed tokens or speed stat. Okay, cool. So, rules is written. Even though I use the bow technically to shoot the arrow, because I use the arrow, that means cumbersome doesn't come into play, meaning the survivor can still move? Or does the fact that I shot the arrow from the bow mean that it is cumbersome and they can't move? In the meantime, bone darts, hitting on 3. Fantastic. We connect with the soft belly. Yum, 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 yum. A debilitating blow to the soft belly. Yeah, arrow doesn't have cumbersome. So just that supersedes the bow because it's technically a different attack. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards. Okay. So the hit. And the bone darts have quite a bit of strength. Yes, 3. And she doesn't have any other stats, I don't think. Just going to double check. No, she does not. Woohoo! That's awesome. Thanks, man. Okay, so +3 to this roll. 1 + 3 is 4. That is not going to be enough. We don't wound the soft belly. Oh, actually, just 1 moment. What does this thing? I think it's accuracy, not strength or anything like that, but let's see. 2 range and 2 accuracy. Good to remember, but doesn't matter for this specific thing. She's going to stay put. And then that's going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just getting close to the monster corpse for us to loot at a later date. Alrighty. Very exciting. Let us go back to the monster's turn, in which case it's going to stand up. And let's see what this monster be doing. Revenge. Sounds fun. Last survivor to wound in range. Last one to wound was good old Aesudon here. And get to her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it can. Terrifying. Alrighty. Well, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, can it? Yeah. So we'll get just down to there. Terrifying. 2 dice, 2+, 2 damage. So this could be a pretty good hit. Let's see what happens. 2 dice, 2+. Yep, that's gonna be 2. Oh, 1 moment. I forgot an important thing. Roll a d10 at the start of the line's movement. Let's just retcon that really quick. Yep, doesn't matter. And it's got the 2 hits. Let us see where it connects with. Okay, hand and belt. Okay, hand and belt. Well, waist we have 1 armor. That is good. Arms we do not, so we'll get a light wound there. And then after damage, the white line isolates its prey. Full move the line away from all threats. Target suffers grab. Okay. When the white line starts its movement, so I kind of think the grab doesn't cause the ruptured tendon to proc, just because when the white line starts its movement in its action card, that's when I think it goes. I don't think it's going to do it now, just because this is after the movement and it's now just part of the card. So let's go ahead and move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over to here. There we go. Knocked down in front of the monster. Target suffers 1 damage per monster level. Let's see. There that goes. Oh, the hands once more, meaning that is a heavy wound, and she's knocked down already. So that is the way it be. Okay, that does mean I've got some people that are severely out of position. So let's see what can be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Well, is there anything more than that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing. So let's get Alucard here. He is now going to loot the dead monster. Scavenging with his action. Getting a 2. Find nothing. Archive this terrain. Alas, that is too bad. But that's the way it goes. Okay, and then our Lucidin, way out here in the boonies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let us see. Doesn't he have? I think he might have a range thing, but that's gonna be way too far, anyways. Yeah, bone darts, range 6. So yeah, that's way too far. But what about the other bone darts, which are going to be range 6, but plus 2, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, curses. 1 too far away. Well, I could move her off and potentially damage, or potentially roll a hit, but then it's kind of a low roll, and I think she's going to stay put, and we're going to hope that he comes back this way. Fingers crossed. It'll be a bit of a gamble. Which brings us to the end of our turn, so let's see what this line do for its next turn here. Claw. Closest threat facing in range. Nice. Closest threat in field of view is what we're going to be going for, just because, as a knockdown survivor, she is not a threat, and the reason why she's still knocked down is she was knocked down during the lion's turn, rather than being able to stand up at the end of his next turn. Okay, so closest threat in field of view is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Here we go. Okay, and pretty basic attack. It's going to be 2 dice, hitting on 3+. I think I forgot to mention that good old Elokar here has an evasion token, if I do believe. Yes, he does. 3+. Baby, that's all you need. That's going to be 2 hits. I'm kind of tempted to spend a survival just to negate a hit, but we'll see. We'll see what's rolled first. Body and pants. Doesn't Elokar have leg armor on? Here. Oh, no boots. You don't have boots. One moment. He's supposed to have boots. Oops. Yeah, he's supposed to have boots. Let's just put that up here. Oops, that was the wrong one. Skinnery. Rawhide boots. There we go. Okay, in which case, now his leg armor at 0, which is perfect, and body armor is also at 0. Cool. Learning things. And this game is friggin' sweet. Alright, so that card is done, and I'm so stoked he came back into the center of the board. That couldn't have been better. Now the end of the monster's turn, so we'll have Aesudon stand up. And let us see who we want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, just out of range of the blind spot. So let's see. I think I'm going to start with Elokar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting into the blind spot. Pardon me, just a quick drink of water. And back to the bone darts. That's one thing definitely finding on the solo streams a little bit. It's definitely a little harder on the voice than doing it as a group. Okay, so 2 dice hitting on, if I do recall correctly, 6s now because of the -1 evasion token. So 6s, in fact 5s to hit because of being in the blind spot. Ooh, a perfect hit and a miss, which is too bad, but we like the perfect hit. And let's see what we connect with. Beast's Paw. So it does have a fail response, and we're going to be adding 4 to this roll. Getting a 10, that will do it. In which case, wound stack is getting there. That is very, very nice. Yeah, 100%. I was thinking, I've got a friend who I hadn't seen for many years, and he does like improv and theater and such. And at one of my best friend's wedding this summer, he was the MC for it. And as we're all hanging out before it, I was one of his best men, so I was there early too. He fully was doing like the Ron Burgundy from Talladega Nights. That's an entirely different movie. The Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. That's the name of the movie. Kind of like vocal warm ups. I was like, should I be doing those same things for this? Possibly. Okay. Ooh, I need to remember Savage. I don't think it's coming to play yet. I do need to remember that. So that turn is done. Let's go ahead with Aesudan next. So +2 accuracy, if I recall. Yeah, so we're needing 5s, and it's just 1 dice. 8, that's definitely going to hit. And we hit that. Beast's chest, so failure response. Would be nice to not have this happen. We shall see. And we're adding 3 to this. Nice. So we do connect. And that is another card biting the dust. Working our way through. Doing pretty good. Alrighty. So we got 2 more forks to go. Folks, not folks. Folks, not forks. And let's see. Who do we want next? I feel like let's go with Arluzidin. So we can't get in the blind spot, which is too bad, but he can just come down here. 1, 2, 3. And he is going to attack with the Lime Beast Qatar. So 2 dice. 7s. I'm just going to check his stats quick. That doesn't matter. That one wouldn't hit anyways. And we connect with Fleshy Guts. We got a fail response on this one. Let's see. What happens? Alright, and Arluzidin doesn't have any strength yet. Well, I am forgetting about the -1 evasion token that Lion has. I don't think I've missed anything important there yet, but I need to remember that in the future. Okay, so adding 3 to this roll. Oh, getting a critical wound. We love to see it. What happens? The white lion vomits all over you. It feels awesome. Everything is awesome. Gain 1 random basic resource and +3 insanity. Basic resource? Yes. I'd say Arluzidin be killing it on his first hunt as he gets vomited on, gathering a monster bone. Very cool. And gaining 3 insanity. 3 up to 4 total. Cool. Very, very cool. And no lingering effects there, so we'll put that back. And we will shuffle our last handful of AI cards here. And discard that one without looking. And last but not least, we got Aesudan with a catgut bow. Alrighty, so she can't move doing this, and just gonna make sure she's in range. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just barely, but that is nice. Reduce the speed. I think she's just gonna stick with her current 2 dice rolls. Check out her stats really quick, because I do not remember them. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize it actually... Here's me going into the character every single time, but it actually has their stuff present here. Ta-da! Isn't that just fantastic? So she's got +1 speed, which I didn't realize. I don't think I've used at all. Meaning she's going to make 3 attacks, which is pretty sweet. Looking for 7s. Or sorry, 6s because of the permanent injury evasion token. Well, that is 1 hit. We'll take it. Glorious Mane. Impervious. Impervious hit locations cannot be wounded. A wound or critical wound will not remove AI or defeat the monster. But there is a critical wound effect, so let's see what happens. Aesudan does not have any luck or anything, so just on the Lantern 10. That is a 2, so that is a no. put that down, and nothing else happens there. That was a pretty awesome turn all in all, though. Bringing us back to the lion's go. And let us see what it do. Revenge once more. So, put that in focus. Last survivor to wound in range. Last one was... What was the last one? I think it was... Our lose it in. Okay, so 2 dice, accuracy 2+, 2 damage. The 2 damage could be negated from his cloak, which would be pretty sweet. So let's see. Lose it in, accuracy, movement. Yep, so this is happening on a 2+. That's going to be 2 hits. And let's see where he gets connected with. The feet and the chest. All right, so legs go down to 0 armor, and the body takes a light wound. And so that would be 2 damage, but because of his super cool lion pelt cloak, it's reduced to 1 piece, which is pretty awesome. And then after, isolate spray, full move, away from all threats, suffer grab. Okay, so let's yoink, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put him down there. And I figured I didn't do the beast heal permanent injury because I didn't do it last time for the grab, and he also didn't move, he just rotated rather than actually moving. So I figured wouldn't bother with that one. Okay, grab, so he's knocked down and suffers 1 damage per monster level. Let's see where he gets it. The noggin. Head goes down to 1 armor. Hopefully his heads can not take any more because I don't want him to lose the skull helm that he's got, although we could make a new one with the skull, but still. We want more armor, not replacement armor. Okay, so that is the end of Revenge. Back to us. So let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice, so he can get in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, dang. So I think she is going to hop off here just to be able to get an attack in because we don't have that many more wounds to go. Aesudon won't be able to do that. So she's just going to move to get a little bit more center, I think. But we'll leave her just in case something else moves and she's able to act later. Same idea here. He won't be able to get up because not the end of the monster's next turn. It was the monster's current turn in which he ended up knocked down. I might actually encourage just to get him to stand up now. I think I'm gonna do that. Elakar, survival. Let's go down to 1 and stand you up because heck yeah. Meaning he's able to act now, and I think let's just start with him right now, and he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting into the blind spot. And with the Lion Beast Atar once more. Where did it go? Here we go. So 2 dice. He does have an accuracy. So going to be adding 3 to this roll, which is pretty sick. So hitting on a 4. Ooh, a perfect hits to boot too. So we get 2 hits. And we're connecting with the Beast's Paw. Focus there. Nice. Just go to focus. Dude. We got the Beast's Palm and the Beast's Tricep. So 2 fail responses, basic action, and a brain damage and is knocked down. Let's go with this one first. So Beast's Tricep. In the case of our Lucidin, he's got no strength. So we're just going to be doing the basic one here, so +3. Let us see if we can connect. Adding 3 to this. Getting a critical! Fantastic! The torn muscle causes agonizing pain. Discard 1 mood card currently in play. The white lion is knocked down. We love to see it. Bam! Sweet. So no moods in play, but that's okay. We'll put that one down there. That's fantastic. Get rid of another AI card. We love that. Okay. think I almost jinxed it by talking about how good things are going, and I might have just jinxed it anyways from verbalizing that thought out loud. We'll see. Okay, so same idea. Let's see if we can wound this guy, adding 3 to the result. 4, becoming 7. Oh, we needed 8, don't we? Oh, we double check. Yes, so alas, we do not connect with the second one. The monster roars triumphantly. Roll the d10. On a 4+, the attacker suffers 1 brain damage per monster level. You know what? That's okay with me if it happens. 6, yes. So 1 brain damage per monster level. Our Lucidin shall take that to the dome. In this case, insane in the brain. Going down to 3. And that's okay. And following that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. So we're going to be hitting on 3s with hitting on 2s, actually, which is crazy because of the -1 evasion and being in the blind spot. So 2 hits. Awesome. And what are we trying to connect with? We are connecting with the beast's ear and the beast's back. Okay. Without turning, move the monster 1 space directly away from the attacker. Cancel all unresolved hits. Failure, full move the monster away in a straight line. Cancel all hits out of range. Okay. Well, let's go with this one first. And we are adding a fair amount of stuff to this, I do believe. So 3 for the axe. And 1 for just being Elakar himself. So adding 4 to the roll, assuming 4 on the dice. Oh, bummer. That's too bad. So fail response, without turning, move the monster 1 space directly away from the attacker. I assume this just gets him standing up as well. So we'll jump him up and move him back a space. That's too bad. And cancel all unresolved hits out of range. Alas, so things were just going too good to be true. That's the way she goes. And unfortunately... Okay, yeah, let's just move some people around here. So the other 2, let's move this person off of their perch that they've been on for so long. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's going to be within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that should be good. And then for Isudan, way the heck over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Hopefully that will do. All right. Well, that's the end of our turn. Which brings us to its turn. And it's going to claw. Pick target. Closest threat facing in range. I think that's going to be our boy Elakar. I don't know if that was in focus or not. Looks like not. In which case, bam. It's coming up. It's there, as the song goes. So 2 dice. Accuracy 3+, because he does have 1 evasion. Will connect twice. That is the way she goes. And 2 hits. Feet and feet. You know what? I think I might spend a survival on that. The feet, that would be... Yeah, I'm going to spend a survival to negate that. Going down to 1 survival. And just taking a light wound instead of a heavy. Okay. Bringing it back to us. I think I'm going to go with the boys first. Let's punch in with our Lucidin first. Who's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitting into the blind spot. 2 dice hitting on 5s, +1 because the monster's token, and 1 for the blind spot. Oh, 4s. Bummer. I'm just going to check one thing. Lucidin. Oh, my apologies. I think that actually does connect because he's got the +1 accuracy. That's exactly what I needed to hit. Lucky me. I'm glad I double checked that. Okay, well, 2 hits. Joy. Just in time for the hopefully no trap card. Yay. All right, so 2 failures. Let's go with this one first because it's a much simpler fail. And so for the Lion Beast Qatar, adding 3 to the results. Once again, looking for a total of 8. Getting a critical. Our Lucidin's gotten 2 or 3 crits this game, which is pretty fantastic. The blow wallops the White Lion's head, causing shockwaves of blinding pain. Persistent injury. Whenever the white line draws AI, roll a d10. If the result is 1 or 2, discard the card and the monster's turn. Pow, right in the kisser. That's phenomenal. Okay, and that's going to be... Shuffle these 2 cards. Go. That one was from earlier. All right, let's see about this one. So once again, adding 3 to the results. 6 plus 3 is 9. That's mathematics. So we are able to wound the beast's elbow. Fantastic. In which case we are down to only the basic action card remaining. One more time, just a wound away. Okay, well, let's see. I think it makes sense to go with Aesudan. She's got the stronger weapon here. So, Aesudan. She's got +1 speed, which is nice. So 2 dice becoming 3. I'm kind of tempted to use the Catgut Bow's ability here, Aim. When you attack before rolling to hit, you may reduce the speed of this weapon by 1 to gain 2 accuracy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So 2 dice hitting on 5s instead of 3 hitting on 7s. Well, we get 1, and maybe that's all we need. Let us see. Hit location. Beast's flank. Okay, there is a wound response, in which case it won't matter. So let's see. 3 strength. Does she have any strength as well? Nope. So we are adding 3 to this results. We need 5s. Alas, that's too bad. Okay, so we put that back. In which case, let's go with our boy up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitting that sweet, sweet blind spot. Elkar. Okay, so usually hitting on 7s with the active. Let's see. Usually hitting on 6s, becoming 4s because blind spot and the -1 evasion token. So hitting on 4s. So that's 1. Maybe this will be all we need. Beast's knee. Okay, about to kneecap this Kit Kat. That sounds awful. But this one is trying to kill us, so that's okay. Alright, and for strength with Elokar, he does have 1. And there is 3 on the weapon, so we're adding 4, just needing a 4 higher. Boom! We do it! Bow, chicka wow wow, kitty cat goes down. Awesome. Well, that was really smooth, and definitely felt like with each fight, obviously just against the same foe so far, but that's going to be changing in the next 2 sessions. I feel like the rules are coming together. I think it was pretty hilarious getting the knockdown to hit rule right, and then immediately forgetting it. But that's the way things go. And yeah, that was awesome. So put that token back. Put these down here out of the way. Smooth indeed, yeah, and obviously luck plays a big role. The blind moved back into range when he wanted him to. We were able to loot things when it was good for us, and yeah, the grab instantly brought guys back. I was kind of worried with Aesudan being way alone, way out here, but smooth like a boat. If anyone's seen that obscure YouTube video, but yeah, that was awesome. All right, let's clear this out a little bit and make room for the settlement stuff. Gonna be curious how I do remembering the settlement, because the last couple times I've been kind of confused by it, but I think I've been confused by it because the app I use, the super awesome KDM Scribe, does the first 3 or 4 steps for you, so you don't need to worry about it. And I've been like, yeah, what do? So we'll see. No guarantees, but we shall see. Okay. Cool. By the way, Luza, thank you again for talking me down from going against the Screaming Antelope. I was like, my armor's okay. Something new sounds cool. But I think just on so many levels, this was absolutely the right call. Okay. Get that there. And in the meantime, let's finish this first. What do we get from the showdown? Okay, so level 1, 4 basic, and 4 white lion. Let's go with the basic first. just off to the side just a little bit. So we already have a monster bone and a skull that we got during the encounter, which is pretty awesome, especially considering the story stuff in the hunt phase was basically non-existent. I think it was kind of like optimum kind of ambush possible, though, which is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, and then let's just grab one random one from the middle. I shuffled these earlier too, so let's shuffle them once pretty quick now. Go. And 4 white lions. Yaw. Thanks, man. Well, appreciate it nonetheless. One, 2, 3, and same thing. Let's just grab one from the middle. Just to see what happens. Alright, so. Oh, don't mind the squeaky chair there. Ooh, another love juice. We can make babies. Perfect bone. What are the chances? Don't tell me the odds. Monster organ. Ooh, what does a monster organ do? If you consume, archive this card, roll a d10. On a result of 6+, you contract a parasite. Archive all consumable gear in your grid now. Well, I mean, that sounds awful. Is there any reason why you'd want to do that? Lab juice. We know what this one is. This one is baby making, which is pretty sweet. I think this would actually get us up to the next survivor settlement milestone. So that we might make some babies later. That'd be pretty sweet. And broken lantern. Scrap. Oh, interesting. Okay. hungry survivors. All right, so lion claw bones. Eye of cat. Oh, eye of cat. That's to make a specific headpiece thing, isn't it? Ooh, very fun. Then white fur, luxurious and soft to the touch. Okay, so we got one hide. That's not optimal for making extra armor, but we'll make do with what we have. Okay, sweet. And then that brings us to the settlement. Yeah, that makes I remember seeing it on a playthrough I watched ages ago from Meet Me at the Table, who's just fantastic. He's got so much energy. The Circlet, if I remember the name correctly, because I'm just shaking the card here. So definitely going to be making that, because that'll be super cool. And I guess technically I don't know if that's jewelry or armor, but we'll find that out soon enough. Let's go back to the settlement phase. And some water once more. Okay, I think just to get these out of the way, because I think part of the reason why I was confused last time was I had a lot of clutter on the table. I'm going to go ahead and... Survivors, complete showdown. Yeah, here we go. So this is where I was talking about where it does everything for you. So showdown was victorious. Yes. Advance year when returning. Yes. Hunt XP assignment group. 1 XP or lose it in the seconds. Achieved age 1. Jasmine achieved age 1. Awesome. 5 endeavors. 1 from Acidon. 2 from Arluzidin because he's got the Tinker thing. And yeah, so it just does all this stuff for you, which is sweet. So we'll return and advance here, which is nice. Also shows that Acidon can't go out hunting next time because she's shisty, for lack of better words. I can't remember the specific disorder, but shisty works. Okay, and then let's go into storage just so I can deal with these things. Let's go with basic first. We got monster bone. 2. Once again, I don't think there's a place for perfect bones, so we'll just. I think I still have a note saying that 1 bone is perfect, and I use that bone for something else, so we'll just we'll do that. Love juice, monster organ. Those are good, and a broken lantern. I'm curious what they're going to be. We got 4 of them that we haven't been able to do anything with yet. Very curious. And then white lion. Eye of cat. Fantastic. Did we get any great cat bones? I don't think so. Oh, I think I forgot the skull too. I'm gonna go back into that. 2 lion claws. Very nice. And a white fur, which we're probably just going to use to make rawhide. Might take a look at the white lion stuff, but I think it's probably just going to be rawhide. Skull. Oh, nope. Probably going to make another skull helm. Okay, so we can get rid of these. Back there. Very nice. And this isn't going to do anything now, but just as a quick little reminder for myself for our stuff. So ammonia, language, graves, protect the young. So put those down. Okay, so we got stuff to do. We got stuff to do indeed. With this in mind, survivors have returned. That's done. Timeline's been updated. Gain endeavors, we're good there. Update the death count, we're good there as well. Yeah, just for fun, let's take a look at the timeline quick. Lantern Year 4, Nemesis Encounter Butcher. Does that count as a special showdown? I'm curious if that does count as a special showdown. I think it might. But we'll figure that out before next session anyways. I know that there's no hunting with it. No, that's your normal showdown for the year. Okay, sweet. Nice. So we get to go through everything. That is good stuff. Okay, so update death count, check milestones, trigger any milestone story events for when stuff is satisfied. So let's do that first. In which case, let's see, Isudan. Cool. So nothing new for Isudan. She does get a weapon proficiency, which is nice. And our Lucidin the second. Other. That is going to be Bold, if I remember. Is that the name of the first story for Hunt XP? I think it is. Bold, 115. Age is Hunt. Oh, gotcha. And then Bold is Courage, if I remember. Age, 107. Cool. Bold is Courage, Insight is Understanding. Awesome. And that guy looks super cool there. Okay, age. Our Lucidin coming of age. Your time in the darkness changes you. Gain the benefits for Hunt XP milestones you have reached. A survivor may only gain each milestone once per lifetime. Weapon proficiency, we know what we're going to do here. So, weapon proficiency is going to be, weapon selected is going to be Fist and Tooth. Is your boy very handy? Super cool. And then roll on the table below 2d10s. For a total of 8. Gain 1 random fighting arts. Alrighty. Shuffle. Well, barring something horrible happening to them, which I'm sure is going to happen eventually, or Lucidin's getting kitted out here to be a powerhouse of a survivor. Tumble. When something would collide with you, roll 1d10. On a result of 6+, you successfully tumble out of harm's way. Instead, place your survivor standing on the closest free space outside of the collision path. Sweet. That sounds fun. Some evasion, which is a good thing. Okay, fighting arts. Add. Tumble. Boom. Recognize that. Away you go. Oh, cool. So Hunt XP equals age, and you always come here depending on I see. Okay, was there anything else for him too? So that was Hunt. We've already done the understanding because he got to the 3 understanding. just for being born, which is wild. And onwards we go. So that's them. Our other index B, nothing. Courage, nothing new there. Insights, nothing there. We do get a weapon proficiency, which is nice. And then lastly, Jasmine. Okay, so Hunt XP. Nice. We'll do age for her too. In which case, what do we want her? You know what? I think I'm going to give her the bow as well because we only have one bow, but Aesudan can't use it all the time because she can't fight all the time. So let's go ahead and give her the bow. And then rolling 2d8. 9. 9. All right, random fighting art once more. Glad I didn't put these away. Just going to cut the deck. Grab this one. Berserker. Once per showdown, you may spend action to suffer bash and the frenzy brain trauma. Interesting. I feel like that. I don't know. I don't know what. I can't remember what bash and frenzy do, but it just strikes me as something more meaty related. But we'll see how that that works with Jasna. Berserker. Archiving that as well. Okay. Fun. Alrighty, so I do believe that is all the things we need to worry about there. Let's see, as far as settlement goes, progress. Is there any milestones I need to worry about here? Population reach, we might get that here soon enough. Timeline, Nemesis Counter push 1. Bash knocks you down. Frenzy gives speed, strength, and sanity, but you can't spend survival with the rest of the showdown. Okay, cool. Thank you. So that honestly might not be a bad thing on someone who's ranged at a distance then, and maybe something to do like later in the fight after maybe spending all their insanity for survival. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Not like super huge on that fighting art, to be honest, but it's still a cool ability, so that's sweet. Okay, so back to the settlement normal. All right, so that's all the milestones that we can do for now. You know what? I think I'm just going to do the birth, have babies thing right now. Yeah, once survival's burned, it's useful. Yeah, so situational, but pretty cool. Just so we can deal with all these milestones at once. Let's go ahead and use that love juice. Intimacy, 133. Okay, 133, and I'm just going to get rid of the love juice so I know it's gone. Basic, love juice. Or the archer. The speed equals more attacks, and a general ranged target for trap equals safer. Yeah, really good call. So honestly, kind of perfect that the archer specialist got it then. That's nice. That is very, very nice. Okay, so the first time, nominate one consenting male and one consenting female survivor and roll on the table below. Yeah. And this is just rolling one dice, if I remember correctly. What do I have there? I think I get to re-roll from Protect the Young, Children of the Future. When rolling on the table story events, roll twice and pick one result. Cool. So rolling twice, picking one. 6 or 8. Okay, sweet. Well, that's fun. One population, which we were looking for. Population up to 15. Milestone achieved. This app is so cool. That's nice. And let's see who we're gonna go with here. Let's go ahead and say Shalash is the murderer, if I remember. So I don't know if we want her making babies. Let's go with Jasna and Wit, because on brand. That's kind of thematically on point. So 2 survival, that's already maxed. Oh my god, actually, never mind. They're both topped out on survival. Let's go with Edokar then. He's down 1. So up 2. And the other person I would nominate already has 2 anyways, so that is that. Perfect, yeah. 2d10, choosing the preferred. Okay, so there we go. That's fun. And then the milestone that we got. Progress. Please. Milestones. Population. Okay, population. Page is population. I'm curious if this fellow is going to be in the game. Because I don't know if I read somewhere or whatnot, but he's the guy who carves all of these creepy stone faces. He looks very interesting. I'm really curious what he'd be like in a miniature or encounter form, or what is his purpose in this creepy dark world. The stars making me forget my purpose of finding a story I was looking for here. Population. Or milestone. I don't know what I'm looking for. So I've reached a milestone. Population. Population reached 15. The sculptor. Very appropriate name. Finale. Definitely not reading the finale. Do you know what I'm looking for when I'm reading population 15 of 15? Insight. Game over. Obviously not that one. Thanks, man. I'm curious. Principal, maybe? Run away, see the cruise, showdowns. Anything in the finale? Crush and Devour, that sounds fun. Society. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Principal Society. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 159. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Society it is. And, oh, God. Cannibalism art. 759. Society. Alrighty. Very fun. Super cool art, as per usual. Crazy, crazy voodoo witch lady. There was once a mad woman who spent her days talking to the darkness. One day, it spoke back. The group must choose one. Collective toil, tainted by darkness, the survivor nearly brought ruin to the settlement. On the day of her exile, the people decided that all must spend equal time hunting and working to avoid future disasters. -1 population and add Bone Witch to the timeline 3 years from now. Or accept darkness. The darkness spoke startling truths. It told the people they were monsters just like the ones they hunted. The people accepted their monstrosity and their place stalking in the darkness. Gains accept darkness. Find and place the card on the settlement. Note on the settlement sheet. Oh, interesting. You know what? I think just for this theme that I'm going with of kind of Stormlight related, collective toil just makes sense. So collective toil it is. The Bone Witch. This has got to be up there. Yes. Story events. Oh, I missed it. Bone Witch. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. And population back down to 14. Cool. All right. So we gain a principal. Very, very fun. Collective toil. Grab the innovations. Okay. And I think most of the innovations are at the end here. Death principle. Conviction principle. scrap smelting. That sounds fun. Okay, conviction, conviction, collective toil. There we go. What it do? Society principle. Your settlement leans into the storm. If everyone holds strong, you will triumph. Not bad for having a murderer that we couldn't figure out what to do with so early. At the start of your settlement phase, gain +1 endeavor for every 10 population. All right, so the more people we have, the better our society is. Ooh, that I did not. Thank you for the reminder. That I probably should have done before doing all this shiznaz. Yes, we shall hop to that. Let's draw the top one. Oh, actually, I suppose I should finish the thing that I'm doing first. After adding the card to the settlement, roll a d10. Rolling. Getting a 5. So, 3 unknown survivors with ink-stained eyes drag a monstrous corpse into the settlement. Upon seeing the united settlements, they offer the corpse as a tribute and plead for their lives. Gain 3+ population and 2 random white line resources and 1 skull. Well, heck yeah. So we draw 2 from later in the deck. So that one and that one. And let's see what we get. Curious Hand and Lion Tail. Cool. When you gain this, a random survivor gains +1 insanity. Let's just take a peek at our first things first. 1, 2, 3. Our survivors. How many do we have actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's just go 1 through 7, and I'll re-roll if I get an 8 or higher. 3, nice. In which case, 1, 2, 3. Alucard gains another insanity. He is insane in the membrane, and definitely insane in the brain. And yeah, 2 more hides. That is fantastic. That's perfect. Like that couldn't have been better. Okay, so first things first, basic, a skull before I forget. And then White Lion. Curious, oops, not I have got. A Curious Hand. And a Lion Tail. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, put those back. And now without further ado, we shall draw the settlement event card. Thanks for the reminder there, I totally would have forgotten. Heat Wave. Anyone like glass animals? It is impossibly hot. Any returning survivor with heavy or fur gear have a heat stroke and may not depart this lantern year. Okay, that's fun. I don't think anyone had any heavy or fur gear, but let me just check, because I don't think that is rawhide. Let's see. Check out the gear grid. Armor stats, yeah, rawhide, and I'm not going to have... Oh, unless... Let's see. Oh, no, or lose it in. He's not going to be able to go out and fight next time, because he's got the lionskin cloak, which does have the fur keyword. Alas. Okay, so we cannot depart. Let's add that in. That's too bad. It would have been nice to be able to work on some stuff for him. Let's see which markers can do that. Returning survivor. Okay, well, I don't have that many named survivors, so I think I'll be okay just remembering that. Or lose it in, cannot go next time. It's too bad, but that is the way it be. And let's continue on here. Lingering effects. The heat wave prevents science and education endeavors. If you depart with heavy gear in your grid, set your survival to 0 after applying all bonuses. Ouch. Oh, but we do have some endeavors on this card, which is interesting. Find fluid, roll a d10. Breathe fumes, or one that requires cooking. I don't know if I want to spend any of these endeavors. I've read them. I kind of was tempted not to, but I've read them already. But mostly because I've got 5, and I kind of want to actually endeavor and get some more like endeavor goodies going. So yeah, I think I might pass on that. Kind of, let's take a look. Let's take a little peeksy here. So we'll put that over to the side and see about it. There's a secret fighting art. Was it a secret or was it just a fighting art? Not a secret, just a normal fighting art. Tempting. I don't know what it is, but extra sense sounds like it could be useful. So, organ grinder. I don't think, it costs time, so we're not going to be making the barber surgeon. I'm kind of tempted to see about making some other stuff there. Requires heat. Atarium. Cat eye circlet, we're definitely making. And I think that's probably all we're going to be making with dear old Catarium today. So we'll put that. Yeah, that's I'm definitely gonna be crafting gear, mostly armor and the Eye of Cat, methinks. So we'll see. Mostly just kind of thinking about all the endeavors that we got, and they honestly they might just come in and useful for that because we do have a whole bunch here. Lantern hard. So but it does require a hide. I see what you mean. Okay, we'll put this here. Oh, nice. Okay, so harvester is the story that I don't want with having instruments. Good to know. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the bonesmith now, although it might make a helm, so we'll just put that there. Skinnery. Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-doo. We're definitely going to use you. So I don't think we're going to be able to make any bandages, which is too bad. I think we're just going to try and go for some more armor. Meaning... Okay, shuffle this over. How much hide do we have? That is the question. So what we got. So basically, we have 2 skulls, which means I can make skull helms with that at least, which is nice. And then we have I thought there was 1 regular hide. Yeah, I think 3. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, so we got 3 hides just spread out through the white lion, being a curious hand, a lion tail, and a white fur. Yeah, perfect. You nailed it. In which case, just gonna pull out our survivors here and see what we got. So we got the rawhide boots and a rawhide headdress here. Meaning, to get the rest of the rawhide gear from the skinnery, we need gloves, vest, and pants. So we might as well just make that and have one person fully kitted out in rawhide. I think that makes the most sense. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab that now. Rawhide. So rawhide pantaloons. Gloves. And boots. Do you think, what do you think? I'm kind of torn. So we could make a second full set of rawhide. And probably put that on our Lucidin's successor for the butcher fight. Or because it's probably going to go on a survivor we don't really care for, it's probably going to go on Dalinar, and he, while I love the character in the books, the survivor Dalinar has cranial hemorrhaging, so we almost kind of sadly want him to kick the bucket. And so having the full kit might not be as important, in which case we could hold back the 3rd hide and use it to innovate. What do you think? Put that over there for now. And regardless... Extra armor everywhere and ability to retain survival. Yeah, mostly just thinking it's going to be going, for the next fight at least, it's going to be going on someone that like we don't really care for. So is it worth having the person fully protected or kind of enhancing the settlement a little bit? because they wouldn't be able to spend any survival anyways. I'm kind of, unless you think it's a bad idea, I'm kind of leaning to one innovation and almost a full set, but not quite. If you think it's a bad call, I won't do it. But that's where I'm kind of leaning towards. Just gonna grab my pretty quick here too. Survival limit is 2. So those are all just good. Okay, so those are the things that we have. And don't mind me, I'm just going to go digging in the box for my innovation deck. The mic's probably going to go a little funny, so I'm not going to talk about doing it. And the innovations discovered. How does innovating actually work? That I should probably look at. Once per settlement phase, you may spend the list of resources to draw 2 innovation cards, keep one, and return the other to the deck. The innovations I have so far are few. Last time I got a really good draw and chose ammonia. Let's see. So what do I got? So I got ammonia. Language is starting. Graves is death principle, and protect the young. So ammonia is the only one I have. Am I allowed to look at the deck of the ones that that I have like to draw from? I assume no. I don't think, or I don't really want to, at least. Oh, okay, sweet. Well, let's take a quick look. Symposium, which increases survival limits. That's pretty cool. Drums in the deep. That's cool. Hovel, survival limit +1/2. That would also be pretty sweet. Paint, dash survival action, also useful. Lantern oven, source of heat, +1 survival. Bloodletting. Understanding. Insanity. Oh, and a way to cure potential injuries. Yeah, definitely gonna shuffle. Inner Lantern. Finds the light within. All survivors gain Surge, which would also be fantastic. And just the light within is super on point for the Cosmere Stormlight theme too. I think yeah, just after reading them, especially, I think I'm gonna do it. Hopefully we'll get the second full Rawhide set after the next one. And I think it's gonna be worth doing this. Just to start getting some more innovations going and maybe likely losing at least one survivor next fight. Okay. Here we go. Just gonna, before I draw those, just gonna quickly decide which, oops, didn't need to get 2 of those. Which items to go with. I think probably gonna keep the pants back in the box. They don't have a bonus. And let's go with the gloves and boots, because they got bonuses. We got the depart, gain +1 survival, and 1 survival. So yeah, let's go with those. And go back to the Shikare. And okay, so what do I need to spend at the Lantern Horn to innovate? Settlement, so 1 endeavor, going down to 5. Storage is going to be a bone and organ, plus the hide we've already spent. Let's go with a bone, and the 1 monster organ we've got, and there we go, so that is all set. Let us see what we draw. Oh, your message just got lost on my tiny laptop screen. It's going to scroll up here and see. Because you got Protect Young, you're going blindly into Butcher. I think the 3 options are curse your tiny screen. 1 full rawhide armor set, 2 innovate plus bandages. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Partial rawhide plus innovates. Partial rawhide plus bandages. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3. Partial plus innovate. Gonna have to look at bandages at a later date though, that's for sure. It's cool having so many options now and like kind of having a bit of a grasp on like some pros and cons. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff I'm missing, but still super cool. And you can count good indeed, good sir. Kind of funny for someone who loves games like these and D&D and other TTRPGs and such. The bane of my existence is math. Generally, I'm okay at simple, but sometimes I quite literally just freeze up and it's yeah, mathematics. Not my favorite thing. Okay, let's see what our options are. Ooh, fantastic. You know what? I do believe this was a fated decision, and I think inner light it has to be. Just quickly though, let's take a look at dash. So dash would be useful. Spend a survival to gain extra movement and use it immediately. Like that would be really good. But being able to surge and get some extra attack turns in sounds awesome, especially just with the theme of finding the light within. Very, very Stormlight. Yeah. One thing I was thinking, so case in point of dash, being able to get across the board and still fight, be that with melee or even the bow, being able to get that extra movement action, like that's pretty sick. Yeah. So this, I think the deciding factor has to be the kind of theme I'm going with, and once again, like it hasn't turned into any actual real story or anything yet, but I've got some ideas for stuff later on, so we'll see when it comes into play. But I think it's got to be inner light too. So we'll stick this back in the deck. Faith and language. Add inner lantern consequences to the inhibition deck. So let's do that. Yeah, definitely. And my assumption is that I bet dash would probably come ahead for Screaming Antelope, because I think it moves more, and also the White Line because it definitely moves quite a bit too. But Inner Light, just theme on point. All right, well, let's search for these consequences, and we are looking for, what consequences are we looking for? Inner Lantern consequences. And so you were saying that Butcher is kind of like a gear check at this level? Symposium. Cool. Cool. Okay. Scarification, Shrine, and those are the 2. Put those back over there. Put this with the rest of the ones that we've unlocked, and just going to take a look at these real quick. So Scarification, initiation once per lifetime, gain +1 courage, and roll the hit location die. Oh, interesting. Suffer the blind severe head injury. That would suck. Shrine, armor ritual. Cool. Very cool. So we'll add those to our deck of possibilities. And we now have Surge, which is hopefully going to be really useful. Okay, so we'll put that there. And Settlement. Progress. Innovations. Inner Lantern. Nice, and then that automatically adds Scarification and what was the other one? Scarification and Scarification. And Shrine. Perfect. Good. Okay, that out of the way, let's go ahead and craft the Cat Eye Circlet. And I should probably be doing this in here too, just so it actually knows what I'm doing here. So let's go to the skinnery. And that was boots and gloves. And then over to Caterium. And we are making the... Oh, bugger. What do we need to make this? Let's take a look. Did we need an organ? And did we get rid of the iPad? We do have the iPad. Oh, never mind. I'm just doing it wrong. There we go. Now we've got a cat eye circlet. Let's go ahead and take that out really quick. And I want to take a look and see what it does. Okay, let's see about... Curse your sticky cards. Fine quotes. Those are probably just all going to be quotes. Petrus, bow. Arrow, dagger. Ooh, having a spear would be really cool. Ooh, there it is. Perfect. Yeah, I think that might be the next weapon I want to make is a spear. Cat Eye Circlet. Item, jewelry, other. Reveal the next 3 monster hit locations and put them back in any order. That's pretty friggin' sweet. And so it is an action, so this will be on more of a support character. Super cool. I'm kind of curious about, let's see, organ grinder. What do stone noses? Yeah, I kind of want some stone noses. I can't remember what they do. Let's see what they actually do. Organ grinder. Because I've got a bunch of endeavors, and I feel like stone noses. On arrival, gain +1 insanity and survival. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave that out because I might make some of those. Question is, we have 4 endeavors left here. And I don't think there's nothing else we can build, nothing else there at all. So I'm kind of thinking we might as well just go ahead and see if we can breathe the fumes. Let's do it. So spending an endeavor here, going down to 3. And yeah, let us roll a d10. And breathe deep from the fumes. An 8. That can't be too bad. Oh, fantastic. Horizons expand. Gain the extra sense fighting art. Oh, and I guess I should have said I needed to nominate a survivor to do this, I assume. So before I see what that is, let us figure out who we're going to do this for. Let's put it on wit. Extra senses on wit sound perfect. Try to make more babies at the augury. Sounds good. And then I think might just make 2 stone noses then as well. Monster claws. Mighty strike, rhythm chaser, double dash. I want to look at all these, but just gonna try not to. Combo master, extra sense. There we go. That out. And extra sense. Focus. You may dodge 1 additional time per round. Cool. So spending extra survival. But yeah, that's sweet. So wit, gaining his first fighting arts. Extra sense. Done dealio. Okay, and yes, augury. Do we want to augury? I think that's also the Lantern Horde. Oh, no, that's the organ grinder. Okay. Survivor endeavors to glean the meaning of existence. Roll on the table. Add 1 to your result if your understanding is 3 or higher. Let's do it, and let's see who we want to roll. Wit's understanding is 1. What about or lose it in a second? I think you've got a bunch. Yep. Let's go ahead and do you. So let's go down to 2 endeavors and roll on the augury table. Getting a 6. That dice literally did not roll. Gaining a survival. Limit's already at the top. That's just the way it is. Then 2 stone noses or another augury roll. Oh, wait a minute. Getting plus 1 to this, which would just be 7. Alas, yeah, that is a thing. Stone noses times 2 or another augury roll. Let's do 1 stone nose. Let's do another augury roll. In which case, this is going to be on Wit, who's just going to be a straight up roll. Ooh, a lantern 10. Fantastico. Intimacy. Okay, so many goodies. Let's just put this away first, actually. Master 2 necklace. Stone noses. This all. Okay. Let's just let you go away. There we go. And go there. And lights in the sky. Where and why was this there? Back. I think I drew that earlier for the settlement event, and then I didn't actually use that one and grabbed a different one instead. So we'll put that one back on the top. Intimacy. Page review 133. Alrighty, so 2d10s, choosing my results. Oh wow, what are the chances? A double critical. Twins again! Holy moly. We don't have the hobble, so we don't get a special child. But still, that is, never tell me the odds. Okay, so population is up to 19. Meaning we're 1 person away from having extra endeavor each round, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, well, that's awesome. Super cool. Yeah, no survival this time, or no savior this time, but still, that's fun. As very romantic couple has very romantic twins. Happy, fun times indeed. Well, all right. I think with that all completed, recorded archive. Resources and the settlement phase, and here we go. Technically speaking, prepare parting survivors, but I'm probably just going to do that off camera. And yeah, well, that was a super successful, less than 2-hour session of the full. To be fair, it was a very short on phase, but encounter and actually building stuff on the screen too. So sweet. And very curious to see what the story is with the butcher showing up next time. Because let's see, am I supposed to? Oh, actually, am I supposed to read anything now? Let me see. Nemesis, no, just straight into the encounter. So we'll read that for the start of the next session. Well, fantastico! Thank you so much for hanging on, Urzilla. Always a pleasure. And for anyone else watching, appreciate your time as well, be it on the YouTubes or on the Twitch stream. So mucho burrito appreciato, as they say. And yeah, hope everyone's been having an excellent week and continues to do so. And Arluza, always a freaking blast. Thank you for all the input and advice. And I look forward to seeing what Arluza in the second does in future encounters. Not the butcher, which who knows? Maybe a blessing in disguise. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye!